Welcome to the Scottsdale Vibes podcast. I'm Alicia Haygood. Man, just when you think that everything is kind of starting to slow down, the temperatures are rising, we are not done yet. We have more galas, more fundraisers, more fun events, and this one I am so excited to bring you. It is the Scottsdale Jazz Festival happening Saturday, April 27th here at the Scottsdale Civic Center. Talent literally coming in from all over the nation, some international players, but of course, the one and only Mr. William Doc Jones is at the table with me today. So I'm going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to hear from Doc Jones and hear about all of what we can expect for this year's Scottsdale Jazz Festival. So stay tuned. Buying a home can be scary and sometimes frustrating, but all of that can go away with the right realtor. And that's where Sean Shackleton with the Shackleton Group is here for you. Sean has over 25 years experience in real estate. She's here to get you what you want and won't settle for less. She's experienced, knowledgeable, and understands this market, which these days is always changing. Take the stress out of your next home purchase by calling Sean at 480-734-7277. You can also find her at theshackletongroup.com. International Jazz Day is April 30th, and there's no better way to celebrate it than a jazz festival right here in our backyard at Scottsdale Civic Center. International Jazz Day Arizona is a music education foundation that works to promote, preserve, perpetuate, and encourage the music, culture, and heritage of communities here in Arizona. They strive to create a supportive environment where young people can learn the art of jazz, develop their skills as musicians, and really appreciate what music can bring to their heart, soul, and life. And this is the only possible way from gracious people like you and I and our community to come together, to come and enjoy this day full of music, this day full of joy, dance, and obviously a great time. So, Doc Jones, you and I have just been chatting, hugging, just infatuated with each other. I love you, and I'm so happy to be together again. You are the heart and soul of jazz. It is who you are. It is who you bring to this world for us. You work so hard with our children to really incorporate what music does for us, what it can bring to us, how it helps us grow and learn. And you didn't even start playing music till you were in your 20s.
No, you remember.
I do remember. And it's just crazy to me. You're a teacher. You have 5 kids of your own. You know the importance of this. So let's talk about International Jazz Day Arizona Foundation and really how it got started, because that's what we're raising funds for with this jazz night here on April 27th.
Absolutely. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me back for the second year in a row. As I told you earlier, you're becoming my best friend, my new best friend. I told my wife about you. She said, wow, the podcast went really well. First of all, I'll take the label of the jazz guy here because
you should. You've earned it. Yeah.
Yes, that's a true statement. I met Herbie Hancock in 2012 when the United Nations and Herbie Hancock created International Jazz Day. Wow. Which happens in 196 countries on April the 30th. And it's phenomenal, and it's really growing, as he said. He told me in 2012. I came back here because I was located in New Orleans, and I was going to stay in New Orleans. And my lovely wife of over 50 years said, no, I'm not going. You and your daughter go to New Orleans. I'm staying here. And, of course, I ended up having to come back here.
Obviously. Hey, love is bigger than jazz sometimes.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. But it's the most big thing to happen, because what happened is my foundations that I had created here since 1986 came alive. And mayors and governors began to say, wow, we like this International Jazz Day. Can you create a festival? And that's what we did, created the official International Jazz Day Festival here in Arizona. And we began doing the month of April is Jazz Appreciation Month. We began to do it in various cities. In the last 5 years, Scottsdale have been the home of the official International Jazz Day, and I'm excited about this year. The last 5 years have been really good.
Yeah, but, and they keep growing every year. I mean, it's really great, and that's what you have to understand. Having a festival, growing a festival is just like learning music, right?
Yes.
One note at a time, one step at a time. It'll find you and it'll grow, and the passion and love will go from there.
That is correct. And this year, we have a great guitar player, Norman Brown, is going to headline it for us. Nio Jones is coming back in. She's a staple around here, grew up in this area. We got Mario Abney, which is a phenomenal trumpet player, plays all around the world. I got to have some Latin music.
Of course.
We have Carlos Rivas.
It's not even on. I'm dancing in my seat right now.
That's exactly what happened. Just to name a few other people that's here. We're excited about that, and we need all of our friends and supporters to come out. And now is the time. And we're 20 days out, and we got to push these ticket sales. So I'm hoping that through social media now and some of the people that have done public service announcements for me, like she's the CEO of Arizona Office of Tourism.
Oh, yeah.
Three mayors, Phoenix, Paradise Valley, Tempe, Scottsdale, of course, have formed a coalition to help push this method. I just met the gentleman from the new CEO of the Fiesta Bowl.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We had Jennifer on Christina, on a few weeks ago talking about that and what they do the community too.
They're phenomenal. And that guy, Eric is his name, Eric Moses, if I'm pronouncing his name correct. He's phenomenal.
Well, and you know what? That's a really valid point that you just said, Doc. Yes, it's happening in Scottsdale. Yes, it's that name's in front of it. It is a valley-wide celebration.
Tempe. We just kicked off Jazz Appreciation Month this past weekend at the Tempe Center for the Arts, hosted by Mayor Corey Woods. Every year in Phoenix, we do jazz at lunchtime.
I love it.
So it moves around during the month, absolutely.
I love that. And it speaks volumes to you. Talk a little bit about what the Jazz Day Foundation for Arizona is and the benefits and what that kind of does for our kids here in the state.
Well, first of all, we are an after-school program. After COVID, of course, our buildings and funding went down, but that's okay. But what we do is we support at least 50 kids after school. We try to keep them that's when they get in trouble. And we try to, we actually pay for their instruments if they don't have instruments in private lessons. And that's the mission of what we do. So we partner with other programs that's already up. And then we utilize a few funds that we have and go help them, such as help them, kind of build their program. Arizona Home Association, Home Studies Association in Tempe is a great program. So that's all. We're just growing back. But the new initiative, and we found that's very important, and that is building affordable housing for creative artists.
Oh, I like it. Okay. So talk more about that.
Yeah, while we was helping kids out, we found out that their parents had lost their home. So how can they be concentrating? How can they really pay attention in school and playing an instrument when they don't have nowhere to live?
Yeah.
So COVID made me rethink the seriousness in homes, and so building affordable housing. And if you go to jazztownusa.com, you'll see more about that initiative.
We'll put that in the description of this episode too, so you can just click on it. It'll be on our YouTube channel for the video and for the audio of this as well, so we can get more attention to it. Music is something that's special and unique. It's different to everyone. We can all hear the same song and get a different emotion or a different feeling or hear a different instrument more than the other.
That's true.
I think it's really something that we take for granted sometimes.
Yes.
Jazz specifically too, because the thing that's so unique about jazz is it's not written all the time. It is literally played from the soul, and whatever you're feeling, it takes over, and you just have to know the keys to know what to do, I feel like.
Absolutely. In some cases, we don't know the keys. We just start playing. And then the sound.
Yeah.
And then you learn to play within sound centers.
Yeah.
And that's where the world music come about. Because in the universal, I would say American way of playing music is in a 12-tone system. But some of us love playing in the 5-tone systems, which is called pentatonic. And that's where your African music and your Persian music and some Latin music as well. So the sound, we play in the sound.
I love it. Well, you talked about some of the people that are coming, some of the bigger names. Your daughter's going to be here this year.
Wow, can't wait.
Are you going to be up there?
She always make me play. I try not. I end up playing, but I really want to step back and enjoy this festival. And then I'll be putting out fires a lot, too. But I normally play. In my rhythm section around town, play all the time. We play a lot around town,
Let's talk about specific to the event. You're going to start with Jazz Friday night at the West End.
Yes, that's our pre-party. It's called Scottsdale Jazz Fest, Premiere Party, which is a smaller event, more intimate event, but it's a great event. And most people buy tickets to both of the events. They come to the premiere party and enjoy that, and they stay over the weekend, and then of course join us at the big festival where we'll have thousands of people.
So doors open at 3:00 on Saturday, April 27th, in this most beautiful Civic Center that we are so incredibly lucky to have now.
Yeah, what a
the sound system there is incredible.
It is.
It's made for stuff like this.
Yes.
The doors open at 3:00. Tell me a little bit about it. We can bring chairs for if you have lawn seats, right?
Yes, you can this time. But we also have some VIP tables.
Let's talk about that,
And for more information about that, so that you have accurate information, go to ScottsdaleJazzFest.org.
Yep.
And then you will see more about the special packages we have. A lot of the tables are limited because of the settings this year. So get your tables early.
Do it now, baby, before it's too late.
Then we also have a VIP section, of course.
Right.
But then our the GA seating, it's going to be beautiful. You've been out there. It's just beautiful.
And that's the thing is the tables are great, relaxed and stuff like that. I'm kind of sometimes a fan of the GA too. But you get to go out there as well and dance, right?
Absolutely.
That's what it's about.
And then we have I'm sure we're going to have some food trucks out there as well.
You have a beer garden as well that's going to come out.
We got this new beer garden, yes. Thanks to my team, my partner, I like to say. This year I brought in a heavy hitter.
Ooh. He's not talking about me, people. There's someone else, but that's fine.
Yeah, I like to think it's my brother in this project that we in. His name is Jason Rose. And for those who are not familiar with Jason, if you ever been to the Bentley Polo extravaganza,
you can thank him.
You can thank him, absolutely. And I met him 7 years ago, and I always provide live jazz for them. So it's going to be really a fun event. It's going to be something different than just a jazz festival. You come and sit and listen to a concert. It's going to be a fun event. We added a little fashion show.
That's right. That's new this year with Brian Hill from Phoenix Fashion Show.
Yeah. Jason has done that. Jason's idea was the beer garden, fashion show. We're really doing some different things this year, so it's going to be great.
You mentioned at the beginning, talking about United Nations and International Jazz Day and stuff like that. This has so much room to grow and not just be a valley kind of wide thing. Talk about how we're trying to grow this to make Scottsdale a hub and a region for jazz musicians and music.
That's a great question. I've just formed a friendship with the producers of the Persian Festival, as well as for those who know about Wings and Wheels.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great event. That's for Canada. So we have created a relationship, and I like to say a friendship between Glenn and Karen Williamsons that produces that beautiful event. We just played that event. So Canada and then this Persian scenario is going to give me the tools that I need to convince, and it's going to be hard, but to convince United Nations and Herbie Hancock to select Arizona, Scottsdale specifically, as a host city for the global event. Every year they select it somewhere, but normally it's somewhere in the world. But we have an opportunity. They love what I'm doing over here, so they said, hey, it's possible. So 2026 or 2027.
Let's do it, Scottsdale.
Do it right here in Scottsdale.
We'll show up this weekend, so it'll help, on April 27th and just show the world, we are here.
That's what that's why the tourism director now is in full blast. The last 3 governors have supported what I do. We got 10 mayors. We got a bill passed, HCR 2017, which declares April Jazz Appreciation Month and April 30th International Jazz Day. We got another bill that's going to be on hopefully this next bill session, HB 2513, that will make April 30th a non-official holiday in the state of Arizona.
Yay.
That's huge. That's huge.
Why Scottsdale? Why Scottsdale for jazz? You don't really think of that, but it really is.
Well, good. You got some great questions. I met a gentleman, his name is Max, former president of the Rotary Club.
Okay.
And Scottsdale Sister Cities.
Oh, yeah.
And Max,
we've had them on the podcast, too. Yeah, they're great.
Max introduced me to the former Mayor Lane, Jim Lane. And Jim said, Doc, why can't you select Scottsdale? I said, and I play a lot in Scotts and Half. Scotts has been good to me for over 90 years. That's why I was telling you I know the owner of this building here. I met him years ago. But he really got behind us. Mayor Lane got behind this project and this movement, and just started growing. And then he put tourism behind us.
Yeah.
Karen Churchyard has been really.
Yeah, she's great.
I mean, so the city kind of embraced me, and so we do Tempe, we do Phoenix, and we do Mesa. Have done Mesa as well. But Scottsdale has, in the last 5 years, has really jumped behind us, and the new mayor is phenomenal. He's been to every event, and I mean he's out there dancing. He's on the stage. So,
it's growing here so much. Even the new beautiful facility in North Scottsdale, Ravenscroft. Bringing in those jazz musicians throughout the year for us as well. It's here, right? That old line from the movie, if you build it, they will come. And it's working, and people are coming here. Yeah. You can almost kind of see it being like the Olympics, right? Like Scottsdale or Arizona is named as the International Jazz Festival, and then you have it in different cities, hosting and bringing tourism and money and visitors to each, like Tempe and Mesa and Gilbert, Chandler, of course, Scottsdale and stuff like that.
Right. Because, I mean, they come to Scottsdale, but they visit definitely
we're only
Tempe.
20... Yeah. We're only 30 minutes from everything.
Everything. And I met David over at the Ravenscroft. He's a phenomenal young man as well. And the Mims. I was just there last night with an artist that we know from New Orleans. The state, it's a lot of great things happening statewide. And this global event that we're talking about it's really going to grow, because it's about getting not just what we do. Chandler has a beautiful jazz festival. Yeah. Tucson has one. Yeah. Flagstaff has one. So our job now with International Jazz Day, my relationship with Herbie Hancock and United Nations, is to get all of these producers together and during the month. And then we end all together. I love that. Yeah, we'll end all together in Scottsdale, and it might go to another city. Who knows in the next 3 or 4 years. But right now, the attention is on Scottsdale. We bring these various cities to join us in Scottsdale, Arizona on International Jazz Day weekend. And eventually it'll be the whole week. I love it. I'm down. I'm ready. I'm so ready. Yes, ma'am. Doc, what is your favorite jazz vibe? Latin salsa. Okay. Latin salsa. And the reason is because it takes me back to the music that I learned on, which was African rhythms. So, I mean, I love straight-ahead music, and I play straight-ahead music, but that Latin music and that African beat, that's universal, and it's going to make you move. It's going to make you dance, and it allows you to really go into a lot of different bags that sometimes our traditional jazz keeps us there and make you just sit there and listen, because the musicians be phenomenal in their techniques and all those type of things. But when we start playing this Latin music, you're going to get up. You really do. And by the way, you don't need to know how to dance to just feel it, and I think that's the same thing with what makes jazz so unique. Absolutely. Kind of thing. Absolutely. ScottsdaleJazzFest.org. And again, it'll be all on the description of this episode. You just have to click the link. We'll find out more information about where to support all your causes as well. This is for the kids. We're here to raise money for them. It's important, and support your own. And it's going to be a beautiful day in the Scottsdale Civic Center. So why would you not want to come out and see this? It truly is. And I thank you very much. Doc, I love you. Appreciate you. And we have the best of time. And so stay tuned. We're going to there's a couple more things going on besides Jazz Fest. Stay tuned. I'll catch you up on those as well. All right. Thank you very much.
Buying a home can be scary and sometimes frustrating, but all of that can go away with the right realtor. And that's where Sean Shackleton with the Shackleton Group is here for you. Sean has over 25 years experience in real estate. She's here to get you what you want and won't settle for less. She's experienced, knowledgeable, and understands this market, which these days is always changing. Take the stress out of your next home purchase by calling Sean at 480-734-7277. You can also find her at theshackletongroup.com. Well, don't forget, Jazz Fest is coming up this weekend. Go get your tickets. It's sure to be a good time. Enjoy the beautiful weather with your friends, family, or by yourself, because regardless, you're going to be out there with like-minded people. We had Celebrity Fight Night going on this Saturday at the Fairmont Princess. We had that episode last week, so if you want to find out more information about how to help raise money for cancer research and trials, everyone's affected by cancer, whether it's personally, friends, or family, and it's an unfortunate thing that we're dealing with in life, so let's help one another and support each other and our friends. Again, get on your fanciest dress, get on that tux, come dance the night away with your favorite celebrities, singers, and have a good time. Basically, it's like music is in the air this week, and I love it here in Scottsdale. And if music is not your scene and shopping is, well, guess what? You're lucky, because Junk in the Trunk is happening this weekend at Westworld. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time for you to get out your big suitcase, get out your big truck, because it is time to go shopping. It's happening all weekend at Westworld starting Friday, April 26th through the 28th. And so you can go get your tickets online, hit the description in this episode, and you can find out more information. Have a wonderful week, Scottsdale. Keep vibing, and I'll see you around town.